As we all know, Hulk Hogan died today, and many people are blaming this on the vaccine. But what I can tell you is that Hulk Hogan was not vaccinated, so therefore the vaccine was not responsible for this. I'm just really confused as to why people are blaming it on the vaccine. Because the vaccine was 4 years ago at this point. Unless there's some other vaccine that I'm not knowing about. What's going on? Is there like a vaccine that makes you want to make it so that pro wrestling doesn't get unionized? Is there a vaccine for that? I don't think there's a vaccine for that. But yeah, I'm highly concerned by some of the misinformation and disinformation I've been seeing. Now, yes, Hulk Hogan did say some pretty horrible things in his career and in his life, both on and off of the wrestling show. And with that, we have to understand that sometimes people come from a different time, and sometimes that means that they say things that are not acceptable in the modern time. Unfortunately, though, a lot of the things Hulk Hogan said, not only would they not have been acceptable in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, or even now, they wouldn't have been acceptable in 1619, 1625, 1123, any of those other years. Now, unionization is a complicated thing in the United States of America, especially when it comes to sports. So there's two sports leagues, essentially, that are, well, three, really, because the PGA Tour, WWE, and auto racing. So really, there's three types of golf, auto racing, and wrestling. None of them are unionized. And wrestling and auto racing had a very similar situation. So what happened was with wrestling before WrestleMania 3, Hulk Hogan was the highest paid wrestler. And Hulk Hogan was poised to lose money if they unionized because he was he was the problem with that. He didn't want to lose money, but, obviously, and wrestlers need health insurance, wrestlers need money, all of that. Like, if you go out there and you wrestle and you make, let's say I own the wrestling company and I sell $100 million worth of tickets and it costs me $20 million to rent the arena. And then, like, obviously, I got to pay my salary and my staff's salary and all of that. And it costs me another, like, $5 million for all of that. And then, a little bit to reinvest, let's say another $5 million. That other $70 million should really be spread out among the talent. Even $65 million. Let's say like $10 million to reinvest. So like that's $65 million you could put into the talent, but Hulk Hogan didn't want that. Hulk Hogan didn't want to get people unionized because it meant he would lose some of his money. And like honestly, I feel like it would have been better because wrestlers would have had pensions, wrestlers would have had a whole bunch of other stuff. If you look at Major League Baseball, once you hit 27 or 31 days, you qualify for a percentage of the pension. It takes 10 years to qualify for the full pension, but yeah, you also get like other benefits. Football, 3 years, full pension. NBA, I think it's 3 years, full pension. Auto racing, no pension. Wrestling, no pension. Healthcare benefits, no, none of that. You don't get any of that because you're not in a union. And Hulk Hogan stopping the wrestlers from being in a union is probably top two worst things he ever did. I think some of the racism was up there. It's just like, racism's bad, but actively harming people by preventing them from getting health care in an industry with severe injuries that are very frequently common and costing people money so that your boss can make more money. It's like, honestly, I can't even rank it 1 and 2. It's like 1A and 1B, so there's that.